Luling, Texas, population 5,700. Now, if you Google famous people from Texas, Michael Dorn of Star Trek fame comes up, and me, yes, the granddaughter of Louis Mitchell. I am on the list, but now Luling is famous for being on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. Take a look.
The Garlic Festival's in Gilroy, California, and that's not in Texas. So
the maple syrup,
you're on the right path.
The maple syrup one has to be in Canada, and there's no lettuce festival. So the answer must be B, watermelon final.
That is correct. It is the annual Watermelon Thump in Luling, Texas.
Yes, there is actually a Watermelon Thump parade. I was the Grand Marshal a few years ago, and I did the seed spitting thing as well. And just as my tiny town was celebrating this national recognition from Jimmy Kimmel, we learned that the big festival that generates so much money, including scholarship money for young people in that community, would have to be canceled as a result of the pandemic. And even though Texas is slowly reopening the economy, Luling, like every small town in America, has been hit hard. It's about 45 minutes away from Austin, Texas, South by Southwest, the coolest place they say to live these days. But it could be worlds apart when you think about what they experience in the small town. And the mayor of Luling, a friend of my family, Mayor Mike Hendricks, joins us. Mayor, it's good to see you.
Thank you. It's so good to have you on today.
Mayor, one of the things about Luling, Texas that is very similar around the country when you look at rural America, we've got one hospital. I was born in that one hospital. And if people need to see a specialist, someone who can, focus in on a certain illness, they oftentimes will have to travel to the largest near city, and that's San Antonio or Austin. When it comes to COVID cases, what's happening there?
Well, as you would expect, your small hometown has stepped up and helps the folks in need, whether it be a pandemic or some other crisis. The small towns step up and help the person or community that is in need.
You've had about, 5 cases confirmed there?
Yes, the city has 5, and 2 of those recovered, so we have been very blessed in the city of Luling.
How prepared was the hospital there? Do you have PPEs for the staff? Are there ventilators? These are just things I never even thought about with rural communities, as we've talked so much about the big city and the shortage there. How were you equipped? How was the hospital equipped there?
I think we're really good, and they really have what they need. They've been so supportive, and the nurses and folks there are just, in our part, heroes for all of us.
Absolutely. So are people there wearing masks and social distancing? Again, 5,700 people, but there are pockets where you will see folks gather, including City Hall. Are you seeing masks? Are you seeing social distancing, even though the town is so small?
Yes, we've been very fortunate there. The folks are really doing the things they need to do. We see the mask. If we go to the grocery store, H-E-B, we go there, most everyone has a mask. As you go in, they give you something to wipe your hands and to wipe the basket. They do all the things they do, and as you go down the aisles, you can see the social distancing taking place. People do not linger and visit with each other.
Well, because that's so interesting, and you've seen the news where in a bigger city like Miami or in some beaches in California, people are packed on top of each other, many of them not wearing the masks. Here you are in a rural community where there are fewer people, but the concern is still high. Is it because, like a lot of other rural areas, Luling has an older population?
I think a lot of it has to do with the older population, but I think the media showing the cities and the things that are happening so bad in the cities, they don't want that to happen in their community. So they are going to do the things they need to do to try to keep from finding it.
What concerns you most about the rural experience and this pandemic?
I think that's really the biggest thing is the social distancing, and as they say, wash your hands. Do the things we need to do so we don't spread what could be spread to all of us.
I know you saw that Jimmy Kimmel clip about the Watermelon Thump. It is the quintessential summer festival, and now, this big festival has been canceled as a result of the pandemic. How much money does that festival generate on average for Luling?
I wish I had a figure as to how much, but it is a real money maker for the community, and more so it is for the the local organizations, the churches and the small organizations that use that as one of their major fundraisers for the year. So having to cancel that is a really big thing for our community.
Is it the first time you've had to cancel it?
Yes, that is the first time in my knowledge it's ever been canceled.
Well, it is a resilient community led by you, and Mayor, we greatly appreciate you joining us today. Thank you so much.
We sure appreciate it, and thank you so much for remembering us down here in small town.
Absolutely.